Archie, you ever been to Disney World?
I have never been to Disney World.
You have any desire to go to Disney World?
Eventually, once, just to say I've been.
Oh my God, can Arch and I please ride the teacup ride? It's a small world after all, and he's just spinning around in circles like, I think I'd die.
I'm imagining Arch with the straightest face possible.
Exactly, I would absolutely be having the time of my life, and this man's like, I hate everyone.
I have found that when you go to Disneyland by yourself and go like on that ride, that everyone assumes you're a predator. I can't tell you how many times like the parents were just shielding their children from me.
Well, speaking of predators, let's go to Disneyland where they have the new Bluey experience, a live show over there. Arch, you know anything about Bluey?
No, this is an American thing, I think.
No, it's actually an Australian thing that's been imported to America. And it is a massive, massive property. By the way, it's actually a really fun show. If you're a parent and you watch Bluey, there's a lot of inside jokes. They're all like 8 minutes long. And if you have a young family between the ages of like 2 and 10, it's a really cute show. My girls watched it, and honestly, they'll still pop it on every once in a while. Even though they're like 13 and 11, it's still just like a really fun show to watch.
And are they actually watching with you, or is it just you watching it?
It's mainly me sitting on the couch.
I thought so.
Just going like this, asking and wonder where my life went. That's pretty much it. Anyways, let's go to Disneyland. And Arch, I would love for you to tell me if you notice anything weird about this.
Okay, what was the age group for this show again? Because this is reminding me of My Little Pony convention.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, the running thought here is that
We're all doomed? Is that the
yes,
the punchline?
It is packed with adults, where this is a show for little kids. And if you go through, oh my, there are some people in this that you're like, I just don't really know how I feel about life. And a lot of it starts with this guy here. This guy who looks like somebody you should definitely keep your kids away from right here. It's with a Bluey shirt on. I don't know.
Oh, boy.
You know, there's a lot of red flags going on here. And the conversation behind this is there's a lot of, I would call, cope happening here. By the way, here's a closer shot of that guy. Like,
oh,
just
boy.
saying, you know, he's got a Bluey.
He's got a nice little pseudo fupa there. I like that.
He's got a house purse. What is that thing?
That's Bluey's house.
Oh,
So,
my God.
He's got Bluey's house. He's got Bluey's shirt. This is a Bluey Hawaiian shirt on him right here.
Boy.
And I think he has a Bluey hat on. Yee. Just saying.
I'm ready for the
and
sun to
ears.
swallow us. I'm ready.
And ears. He has ears, the Bluey ears on as well.
Oh,
So
no, I didn't even see the ears.
Oh, yes, I see them now.
well
Yeah.
the general, like, this is the big cope up here. Says, so y'all think these kids are just gonna hop on a plane and go see this show themselves? Can't get there without a parent. I don't
Yeah,
see
but there are
many
no
kids in here.
children there. That's the problem.
I count one in that video. When you panned over, I saw one kid.
Yeah, and this goes back to the Disney adult thing, right? Look, there are kids in there, but when I say are kids, I mean, I went through and I looked. There's probably 20 kids in that entire auditorium, and don't tell me, oh, the kids are going to be there. They're not just like the parents are like, oh, just go to the bathroom, right? All the kids aren't just like walking off, running some errands or going pee-pee, right? Like that's just a bunch of grown-ass adults hanging out watching a show designed for 3 to 8-year-olds.
I am praying to God. I know I'm wrong, but I'm praying to God that this is out of context and like maybe all the kids are going to come on stage. Like maybe it's an interactive thing or something like that. I am praying. I'm wrong, though.
I think you're wrong. I really do. I
I'm
think
confident that I'm wrong. Yeah.
This has not been community noted by any means. You know, putting any sort of more context on it. Trolling Canuck over here says Disney adults should have their hard drives checked. This is like I said, I've watched a lot of Disney content. I loved Disney growing up. I worked at Disney. You guys, like, I interned at Disney. I actually spent time in the parks working there. And when I worked there, I was amazed by the efficiency of the company. It honestly taught me a lot. Now, the company that I work for, long gone. And the clientele that goes to Disney on a day-to-day basis totally shifted. And this is all by design. Disney caters to these adults with the idea of they are catering to their nostalgia, number one.
No one's having kids, by the way. That's another biggie.
Oh, man.
No one's having children, and so they had to move the market to adults.
Yeah. It's amazing to see the shift. And I told you, a few years ago, I actually went out to Florida. I was hanging out with the G&G folks. This was probably 3 years ago now. And I had a day as before my flight. I had an afternoon flight and I had a morning available. And I went to Disney. I went to Epcot by myself because I was like, Epcot's my favorite park. I love it. And I went there in the morning and I got there when the park opened. And I'm going to tell you this right now. It was the most awkward, uncomfortable situation I've ever been in, walking around Epcot by myself with no family and no children. Just there's Phoenix right there.
Yeah, there's Mr. Predator. Yeah.
I have never felt that weird and that uncomfortable in my life. And I remember calling my wife and being like, I never want to do this again. Like, if you're like walking around by yourself, but you're on your way to your family, okay, that's fine. But just being there by yourself, oh my God. Like, I felt like I should check my own hard drive. You know what I mean? It was really messed up. With that said, Arch, I look forward to sending you by yourself to Disney and having you. Can you imagine Arch's face as he's walking around Disney, exploring by himself?
Well, I would have Blabs with me, so it's fine.
Yes, let's go.
Well,
But,
she
like,
is a 12-year-old boy.
I am.
I can kind of
You're a predator.
understand too, though, because Disney hasn't been making entertainment for children for quite some time. Or, well, they've kind of tried, but they've really made entertainment more for politicized adults rather than anything. And like kids these days, they don't care about Disney. They care about Fortnite and V-Bucks and this other idiotic nonsense. Largely because Disney did indeed seed the entirety of the market. So I kind of get it. Like, these are basically going to be just nostalgia trips for adults now, rather than what we consider for kids. And I mean, at least in something like Paramount Studios, I can see more of an argument because that was always a bit more of an adult-focused place, you know? But yeah, it is kind of just weird.
I'm trying to think of how I want to move forward with this, because this is one of those situations like, look, everybody has their fandom. And I'm a big believer that you're only as old as you think you are, right? I think that it's okay. Like, look, we talk about video games. People go, oh, video games are a kid's thing, blah, 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 blah. No, video games have grown up with the generation, right? And you could argue that Disney has done the same. But you look at some of the people in this, and I just go back to Homeboy right here, and I say, you know what? If there's not a spitting metaphor of what's wrong with the Disney adult, this is the guy. This is the dude right here that everybody should be watching out for. The grown-ass adult with the gray beard, wearing the Bluey ears, in a Bluey outfit from literally head to toe. This is the guy.
Yeah, I think that if you're trying to find a way out of this, as far as people's fandoms, you could very easily make the point of, like, with gaming, and I'm with you though. I think I'm with you, but as far as video games, I think if you saw an adult playing a game, obviously not too weird. If they only played like Sesame Street ABCs, however, that's weird, right? So it's kind of like if this was a Simpsons convention, if this was a Family Guy, name it, you expect to see some adults. But when you're seeing content made for children, that the storylines are the innocence of children and they're very, very basic because they have to get the attention of a 4-year-old. It's weird to see a 50-year-old guy head to toe decked in all kind. Like the alarms are going, they're ringing. You know,
Unless he's like mentally retarded.
I mean,
let's hope so. Just
Well, I
because
mean,
it's
just
funny.
kind of like look at him, right? He doesn't look all the way there. So there could be a really small chance this guy, has the mentality of a 5-year-old. But then again,
be.
if he is, why is he by himself, right? He probably needs
Yeah.
an aide or someone by him. So I don't know. I would hope
See-
that he's not a predator.
I don't know enough about the Bluey fandom to tell either, but obviously this is partially a phenomenon that we've seen more explainable so in the My Little Pony fandom. My own personal point of expertise here. Where
'em.
the reason why they got into it, the problem was there are those who look at it and go like, okay, well, this is just a good story with basic morality, which is where I arrived at, having watched it like 10 years after it ended. I was like, okay, well, it's just a children's story, which tells you basic things like have friends. Okay, that's certainly a lot better than the children's stories today, and that's about it. But there was definitively also a large number of adults who got into it for sexual reasons specifically. Which is...
I'll tell you what, when these adults start getting into Bluey for sexual reasons, that's when I start really brandishing the old staccato XL. Sorry, that's my pistol. Sorry, I am not a big fan of that idea right there. Anyways, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And the answer is I don't know. I don't know.
Nothing. That's what you're going to do. Nothing, because it's not technically objectionable. Like, I don't care what a 40 or 50-year-old man wants to do for his entertainment. That's none of my business. I could look at it and think like that's a bit weird, but at the end of the day, that's also kind of the extent of it. So,
But there's a reason why, like, you have to listen to your gut, though. There is a reason why your body is telling you this doesn't feel right. And there's a reason for that, because this doesn't feel right.
Right.
This is kind of a little questionable.